All right, I just want to give this video a quick disclaimer. It's probably going to be the most useful video you watch this week. It's going to actionably make you money. You're going to have actionable steps that you can take that will literally make you more money. So watch this whole video. You can literally abuse TikTok into forcing you to go viral and forcing you to make more money. And no, this is not even clickbait. This is legitimate. Most people just have literally zero idea how to do it. So let's get into it. All right, boys, we're about to go film a quick YouTube video. But I kind of wanted to just talk about where this channel is going, what you're going to see, because I know where I'm going. And that is just becoming the TikTok shop final boss. For the last 19 months, pretty much every single day has just been like TikTok shop, like since then. I already like to think that, you know, my knowledge is up there to an extent, but becoming the true TikTok shop final boss requires 200K plus months. Some people know, like some of the girls that you see doing bottom of funnel really well, like I know some people know like, oh, that's Chase, but maybe I'll start branding some of them. But we're literally just gonna talk about how you can abuse TikTok's algorithm to make you otherworldly amounts of money just by using what they've already given you. And just a quick backstory on this, if you don't know too much about TikTok Shop or TikTok Shop Affiliate, TikTok Shop, first of all, is TikTok's integrated e-commerce platform, right? You can tap that little orange shopping cart on videos and you can buy it. And the reason it matters so much and the reason why people make such a big fuss out of it, including me, is because 70% or 80% of online sales already are influenced by TikTok. Amazon, Walmart, anything that you see that gets bought online is influenced by TikTok Shop. So the reason why it's so important is because now that there's links on the videos rather than people having to be redirected to other apps, the conversions are way higher. People are buying way more things and it allows affiliates to make a shit ton of money. And if you don't know me, my name's Chase. I made a couple $100,000 off TikTok Shop at 18. Eventually I'm just gonna be, you know, TikTok Shop final boss essentially. Just have the most amount of accounts, most amount of creators, all that good stuff. So we'll get into the video in just a second. But the reason why I'm saying you can use TikTok's own system against itself is because for the first year that TikTok Shop was out, the deals were unbelievable, like unbelievable. Everybody was getting 50% off, free shipping, like the prices have never been beat before. And since TikTok's a Chinese company, the average US consumer doesn't want to buy from a Chinese site generally. I mean, they're thinking of it like Temu, like Alibaba. And the only way TikTok Shop knew they could get out of this is just by giving the most ridiculous discounts to the point where people literally just could not say no. So they did that, lost almost $1 billion doing that, maybe more. But in 2023, which is TikTok Shop came out in September of 2023, they lost like 500 million and they were still doing discounts throughout 2024. And then in 2025, they completely slowed down off that. So let's say they lost $1 billion minimum. And now it's time for TikTok Shop to turn a profit. And this is why you can abuse this, because who are they taking the profit from? Not you, but the brands on ad spend. So as I said, I'm gonna try to make this the most useful possible video I could possibly make so that you guys can actually make more money. And the thing I'm talking about here, if you haven't got it, is ads. TikTok Shop ads. And for a long time, it was Spark ads, meaning the brands would run ads on affiliates' videos, right? Affiliates post videos to generate sales. And when they generate sales, they get commission. So the brands would run ads on the creator's videos. The creator still gets commission. The one problem there is that it has to be done manually. You know, the creator has to send over a special code to the brand. The brand's got to put it in their campaign. They got to put the spend on it, the audience, all this stuff. So a lot of people wouldn't get ads on their videos if they didn't have a relationship with the brand, or they hadn't generated a ton of money for the brand before, or they were newer overall. They weren't gonna get ads on their video. And as you can imagine, some ads get millions and millions and millions of views. And if you don't have ads, you miss out on that. But when you get ads, it's amazing. It's as close to a money glitch as you can get. So that was the situation for a long time. But the reason I'm even making this video is because 90% of TikTok Shop brands are moving to a completely new type of ad, one that they don't even control and that we can abuse because of that. So What this type of ad is called is GMV Max. And what GMV Max is when instead of brands running Spark ads manually, having to ask the creator for the code, doing all that, they all use AI. AI runs the entire campaign. It grabs all the codes. There's no need to send it manually. And this AI called GMV Max does all the media buying for the brands. So it automatically spends on every single video that's authorized for shop ads. Meaning across all the videos posted for that brand, it's going to optimize it to whichever one it thinks is going to make the brand the most amount of money. But since it's an AI and since it runs on algorithms, you can trick this AI. And this is what I've been doing for a long time before people even knew really about GMV Max, was abusing this thing. Because essentially with GMV Max, right, it's going to optimize. We know that. The reason why you can abuse it is because if you get a certain amount of clicks or a higher amount of clicks than the average video posted for that brand, you are going to get the majority of the GMV Max spend. Even if your video is lower quality, as long as it's actually getting more clicks, it is going to get more views because of the more spend that GMV Max is pushing on it. So if you have a clickbaity video, I'm not saying go out and do this. If you have a clickbaity video that's saying buy one, get one free, or talking about some deal that's not even real, but it's structured really nicely, and you get a ton of clicks on it. 10% of the people that watch the video click your orange shop cart, click through to see what you're talking about. 10% is way higher than what everybody gets. Like I would say that average is probably 3%. That's mid. 5% is good, 10% is great. And if you structure a video correctly, you can absolutely get 10%. So there's two ways that we're gonna go about getting these high clicks to get this GMV Max spend so our video can go viral, essentially. It can be forced to go viral because GMV Max is just pushing to it because it thinks it's a high value video since it's getting so many clicks, right? It's trying to optimize for the brand to get the most amount of sales, and it sees those clicks, and it's a high value characteristic, but I digress. One of the ways we're gonna do it is to pick products that have lower amounts of sales. Okay, we pick a product that has under 10,000 sold, under 5,000 sold, maybe even under 1,000 sold. Let's think about this logistically. Like if there's a massive brand, say like Goalie or NeuroGum, and they start running ads, they've got, let's say $5,000 a day on ad spend. It might be way higher, I don't know. Well, let's say they have $5,000 a day on ad spend. There might be 10,000 videos that go out every single day for Goalie. Goalie Ashwagandha, the biggest product on the platform. There literally might be 10,000 videos that go out. So that 5K, or whatever the number is getting optimized among 10,000 videos. Your chance to stand out is so much less than if a product only has 20 videos come out a day. So let's say the brand is a little bit smaller on TikTok Shop, but maybe they're bigger outside of TikTok Shop because new brands come into TikTok Shop every day. You see these massive brands like Ninja, right? The blenders, Ninja Creamy, like random massive brands. We'll probably see Nike on here eventually, and Lululemon and all those type of brands. But every day these big brands come on and they have money, they're willing to spend on ads, they're just not getting enough videos out. So if you get products and you promote products that have under 5,000 sold, let's say, and you optimize it for clicks, and you get high clicks and they're spending with GMV Max, you're gonna get the majority of that brand's GMV Max ad spend. You don't have to reach out to the brand and send them the code. You don't have to even build a relationship, which you should, but you don't have to build a relationship with the brand. All you need to do is get the clicks. Now, you understand it. You understand we need to get the clicks so we can get ad spend on our videos, so we can get a ton of views and make a ton of money. But how do we get these clicks? Let's talk about bottom of funnel videos. For me, bottom of funnel videos are the most scalable, most consistent thing that you could possibly have. And the reason for this is you know exactly why they didn't work. For a viral video that you post, you're telling a story and it gets 1,000 views, you might not know why it didn't work. For bottom of funnel, you look at your click-through rate, you look at your click-to-order rate, you look at your watch time, and if they're off, if they're under the metrics that you know they should be, let's say 5% click-through rate, 5% click-to-order rate, if you see that they're under those, you can optimize for those variables, bring them up, and now you have a video that works. So it's so scalable, and obviously it's way easier to make because bottom of funnel videos are just videos that are selling the sale. They don't talk about the benefits of the product, they don't tell a story, they just sell the sale. So they're really easy to make, and that's what makes them so scalable and means you can offload them to other creators as well. So super nice there. But let's say we've got our bottom of funnel and we really want to make this print. If we can just get 5%, 7%, 10% CTR, we're going to print. So what we're going to do is we can structure the video in a way where we establish the deal and then we go through everything and by the 3rd second we hit our call to action. I'll give you an example. I wish I had some NeuroGum here. Actually, I might have some NeuroGum. I do have some NeuroGum, fortunately enough. So our NeuroGum, right, we'll do 36 pieces of NeuroGum for free. If you don't believe me, just tap that orange shopping cart to unlock that flash sale. Like that's pretty much our first half of the video. And let's think about what I did there. At 36 pieces of NeuroGum for free, every single person that's interested in NeuroGum, maybe has it added to their cart or is interested in it at all, is going to hear 36 pieces for free. What is this guy talking about? Is he lying? And then I challenge them. I say, don't believe me. And then I just hit him with my CTA. They're in a confused state. They're like, what is this guy talking about? 36 pieces for free? He says he's challenging me. He's challenging my beliefs. And all I need is the click. So they click it. And then I close the loop later on in the video while they're looking at the product. The whole script would sound like 36 pieces of NeuroGum for free. If you don't believe me, just tap that orange shopping cart to unlock that flash sale. Then go to the deals tab and enter code NeuroStocked. This is going to make it so instead of paying $24 for the 54 pack, you can get the 90 pack for 24 bucks with this code, giving you 36 pieces for free, right? You get the point. You close the loop, you make it make sense. And that's a completely true, that script is completely true. So now that you know that, that's one way to structure it, right? Give them some crazy deal, structure it in a nice, sexy way, and then instantly hit them with the CTA, call to action, tap that orange shopping cart. Do that, they're going to click it. You know, that's one way to get them to click. But NeuroGum's not a product under 5,000 sold. So we want to do this with a product that's under 5,000 sold. Another way to do it is to reuse popular sounds, right? You reuse people's sounds of them saying, buy one, get one free. Here's how you're going to do it, right? And then it's really vague and they don't talk about the product. It's literally, there's infinite numbers of sounds that you can find out there that are buy one, get one free. Here's how you're going to do it. Just tap that orange shopping cart and then it goes through steps, but it actually never says anything. Right? All it's getting them to do is get the click. Because for GMV Max, if you get the clicks, you will get views, which will get you sales. Do you see the funnel? Everything is a funnel. Everything's a funnel. So for here specifically, get your clicks, structured in either that first way that I said, which is doing it yourself legitimately, or using someone else's sound that's vague and that's broad. And you've probably seen these before and you might not even have known they were a reused sound. So those two ways literally trick TikTok into giving you more views and more sales overall. That's truly all you have to do if you want to make 10K a month. If you post 15 of these a day, bottom of funnel videos with products under 5,000 sold, there's almost a 0% chance that you don't make money. Like it's so, and I'm saying this to not guarantee anything financially. Remember, everything is up to you. I make no financial claims, but you could absolutely, after 60 days, if you're doing that 15 times a day, the videos take literally 2 seconds to make. I really don't see why you wouldn't be at least 5 to 10K a month. At least 5 to 10K a month. I have accounts that are doing 5 to 10K a month with just this method, with not me posting, with just creator on it. And that's the bare minimum. That's like when things don't go well. Right? If things go well, they pop off. You got videos that are going to 1 million views with this method, which does happen. You're making way more than that. You're making 30, 40, 50 grand a month with the dumbest methods possible. Literally, go give it a shot. Go order some products that are under 5,000 sold, that you think they have some money, and just test them. Remember, bottom of funnel comes down to a game of product testing. Making the actual videos isn't super hard. What's hard is being consistent, and what's hard is being consistent with your product samples as well. The reason you're not making money is because you don't have enough samples coming through. You can test every variable in the world. Every variable in the world does not compare to products. If you test a different product, you're hitting a completely new demographic. You're hitting with completely new ad spend. You have no idea what this brand is spending. So every time you test a product, it's a lottery ticket. And I say this like in 100%. Like you've heard every video that says, you know, every post is a lottery ticket. But truly, in this game, bottom of funnel, every product is a lottery ticket. So that being said, the reason why you'll hear the hate on bottom of funnel, like I know if you're in the TikTok shop scene, you've heard the hate on bottom of funnel. And the reason is because if it's by other affiliates, they just don't understand it or they think it's hurting them, right? They think that it's polluting the algorithm, which it's not. So you have those reasons. And you also have the reason of people with larger communities or something to sell you on that makes it so that they need viral creators for enterprise value. So let's break this down a little bit more. Now we're going to get into some sauce. So I'll walk around with you real quick. So essentially, a lot of these communities, they're looking for the back end. They're looking to scale brands, right? They're looking to freelance brand scale. Not just kidding. But they're like agencies and they have all this back end value. But bottom of funnel creators don't have a ton of back end value. Like, yeah, it makes a ton of commission, but for enterprise value for these communities, like there's not that much you can use a bottom of funnel creator for. Top of funnel, I mean, you can blow up any brand. But bottom of funnel, I mean, it's selfish if you want to put it like that. But I mean, it's the most consistent. It's the most scalable. It literally can never die. If you go look at like UK TikTok shop, all these other countries with TikTok shop, they're not even out of bottom of funnel. All the top videos are still bottom of funnel. It's the natural way of selling the sale. You know, the way that we do it now, like with top of funnel conspiracy style videos, when you start on a completely different topic and then end up at the selling part of it, that's a completely new style, you know? Bottom of funnel is the natural way, and it will never die. It's literally impossible. So if you see somebody pushing you to viral, you know, just be careful if they're selling you on something that's because they want to use you. Bottom of funnel from a fundamental standpoint literally could not be more scalable. It's simple, it's easy, and you can test the data. It's a numbers-driven game. So the more products you get out, the more videos you get out, the more money you'll make. And it's also the easiest to outsource to creators. So the second you start making good money with bottom of funnel, you can train somebody. Like truthfully, most creators will never do this because it's difficult. You actually have to take a second to go out and hire somebody and to train them up. But once you do, you are literally making the same, if not more money on autopilot. And they can run more accounts, you can hire more creators, you'll have more time to think creatively and think freely. This is what I've been doing for the last 7 months. So if you want back-end software and my one-on-one guidance to hire creators, manage creators, and track them as well, we have all the tools for that and more. So click the link in my bio, jump on a call with our team at Affiliate Automated, and I'll see you guys on the inside.